Yeah, all right. Do you guys have that cool font? Yeah, it's called Thunderstrike. Yeah. It only sounds cool if you actually say it that way, though. If you say Thunderstrike, it's lame. But if you say Thunderstrike, then it's awesome. In case you two get a font addiction after being in my class for a while and using the Outrageous Orchid book, the fonts all come from dafont.com if you want to really jazz up your work for other classes with some fun fonts. You can have a lot of fun. There's picture fonts too. Wait until we get to the... Oh, you guys, I won't have you in the spring. You won't see all my surfing fonts. Oh, but you get Halloween. I have some good Halloween fonts. Yeah. And good Christmas fonts. But you will miss out on Easter and surfing fonts. But that's not very fair, though, because I'm going surfing this weekend. So I could use surf fonts. Same place I always go surfing. Westport. In Washington. Because I am too cheap to pay for BC ferries. Because I hate them. I would rather swim to Vancouver Island than take BC ferries. If I could, I would. I hate them. There's nothing I hate more about living in BC than BC ferries. I despise them. Because they charge too much for bad service. And in the real world, if a business charges too much for bad service and can't make money, which BC ferries doesn't, they go out of business. But they won't. If you take a ferry in Washington, you get on the ferry, they take you where you want to go, and you get off the ferry. A 40-minute ferry ride in Washington for your car and your family of 4 is $17. For your car and your family of 4 for a 40-minute ride in BC is $100. Well, no, not if you know the 40-minute ride. You got to compare 40-minute rides. The 2-hour ride to Vancouver Island is more expensive.
Normally, I take the Langdale to the Horseshoe Bay.
Langdale to Horseshoe Bay, yeah, that's $100 for 4 people. Why do you go to Langdale?
Oh, and then I take another one.
Why do you go to Powell River?
Because I have family there.
I have family there. I'm from Powell River.
My mom is.
What's your mom's name?
Melissa Weir.
Melissa Weir. Did she go to school there or did she move there?
She went to school. My whole family did.
Shut up. Weir? W-I-E-R?
W-E-I-R.
W-E. Yeah. Duh. I wonder if I know them. They wouldn't know me.
Part of my family still lives up there.
I moved there only for grade 11 and 12. And I didn't really like it. I didn't make a lot of friends.
There's nothing to do there.
Oh, there's lots to do there.
It's just this little.
No, there's lots to do there. Don't be that way. You just got to be older. And have a car. All right, let's do some math. You got a car helps. Come on, jumping off the cliffs at Eagle River, that's good times. Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of Eagle River.
See?
I've done it.
Huh? Jumping off the cliffs at Eagle River. Big cliffs. Why are you mad at Carlin? Carlin's such a nice guy. Apparently you have bothered Robert.
I do it occasionally.
It happens. All right, let's do some math. So, guys, yesterday we stayed in one system. Now we're going to work between the two. Does the math change? No, just like it didn't change when we were doing days and minutes and hours instead of measurements. So if the bowling alley is 19 meters long and I want it in feet, what do I have to do? Same thing I always do. What I want over what I have. That's the fraction that I am dealing with. So, what do I have 19 meters, so I got to do what I want, feet, over what I have, meters. Now, where do you find this information? On that sheet, right? That sheet lives right, I have it right here. Now, when you look on that sheet, do you see anywhere feet and meters? Where? Right here, yes? Your sheet has feet and meters, right? Right here. Mine doesn't. Okay? But you guys have it on this one, Do you? That would make me happy if you did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there. You've got it. Good. Okay. So you all know how to do that, right? What goes here? 1 foot. What goes here? 0.3048. The one's on the top, so what math are we doing? Division. 19 divided by 0.3048. And what does that get you? 62. Not exactly, but the question does say the nearest foot, right? Now, this is where things go a little haywire. Because remember how at the beginning of the year I explained how important it was to have an idea about what your answer was going to be? Right? Feet are smaller than meters, aren't they? So obviously I need more feet than I need meters. Some of you will set this up and do it wrong, and you'll do 19 times 0.3048, which will get you 6 something. And some of you will write that down as the right answer. And then I will do this when I mark your work. That hurts. Don't make me do that. Before you go to your calculator, make sure you have an idea of what your answer is going to be, at least whether or not it's going to be bigger or smaller than the number which you are starting from. Do you understand what I am saying? Excellent. So let's look at the next one. After meeting in Emerson, Manitoba, Hannah drove 62 miles. Farron drove 98 kilometers. Who drove further? How many conversions do I have to do? 1. Does it matter which one I convert? No, because as soon as I convert one, I know who drove further, yes? So I can either go miles to K or K to miles. Which one do you want to do? You want to go miles to K? No problem. So I start with 62. Eventually, when my highlighter changes to ink like I told it to. But it still hasn't. Quality. 62 miles, and I want kilometers over miles. Which number goes where when you check your chart? There's the chart. There's the one we need. The 1 goes with the mile. So, 1.609. The 1's on the bottom, so is it multiply or divide? Multiply. So what do I get for an answer? 99.7. So who drove further, Farron or Hannah? Hannah. Everybody good? It's the exact same thing as we were doing yesterday, just the numbers work out weirder because we're going between the two. 6 foot 2 inches tall. Here's a mistake that a lot of people are going to make. 6 foot 2 inches. Is it 6.2? No, it's 6 2/12, right? So how are we going to work this out? Because when you look on your chart, it does not have feet and inches to centimeters, does it? What does it have? It has inches to centimeters. So I could turn this all to inches, right? I could do that because we did that yesterday. Is there anything else I could do? Well, it's 6 feet and 2/12, right? Can I turn that into a decimal? Would I be allowed to do that for converting purposes? Do you think? Yeah, I could. It saves me a conversion, doesn't it? Doesn't it? How do I change 2/12 into a fraction? Into a decimal? Divide. So if I do 2 divided by 12, I'm going to get a decimal, aren't I? And if I go to my calculator, 2 divided by 12.1667. So I could also go 6.1667, couldn't I? Feet. And then I can convert that straight to centimeters, can't I? How? I want centimeters. I have feet. Right? So look on your sheet. Do you have centimeters and feet? You have feet and meters, don't you? Meters to centimeters moves that decimal how far? Say it louder. 2. So 30.48 and 1 foot. Number 1's on the bottom, so what do I do? Multiply, and then you'll get your right answer. I think it's 188. Now, I really like questions like this because if you do it this way, you get the same answer as if you take more steps and convert everything to inches, add the inches, then change that to centimeters. You're going to get the same answer. The reason I write questions like this and the reason I show you things like this is because I don't care how you get the answer. Okay? If you were to do this, does that show me you completely understand measurement? Does it? Does changing 6 feet to 72 inches and then adding 2 show me that you understand measurement? Yes. And what do I care about? That you understand measurement. Because with enough bananas, I can train a monkey to punch in stuff into a calculator. But the monkey won't understand measurement. Picking up what I'm putting down? That's why I show you more than one way to do things. So let's look at number 4. What do I got to do? Oops. How many conversions do I have to do for this? 1. Which do I convert? Does it matter? If you convert that feet to meters, you'll know. Or if you convert that meters to feet, you'll know, won't you? Except this, Wyatt. If I convert that meters to feet, I'm going to get a decimal, aren't I? And that's not decimals, is it? So you would have to know to change that to decimals, wouldn't you? Now that's an easy one to change decimals because 9/12 is 3/4, so that's 11.75, isn't it? Right? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Now, I like this question too because this question is very fun because trucks always get stuck in places. How many of you driving home from Vancouver? There's that train bridge just before the white spot triple O's, and there's that red and yellow, or that yellow flashing light thing. The next time you're driving home from Vancouver, check out that train bridge and see how many chunks of concrete are missing from it. Because people don't know how to measure their trucks. And just about a week ago, they were taking a crane under the Golden Ears Bridge and slammed into it. Because people can't measure. When I was your guys' age, they were taking a crane under the Knight Street Bridge. There's a giant water pipe that goes under the Knight Street Bridge that takes water from Vancouver over to Richmond. They broke the pipe. It was awesome. It looked like Niagara Falls flowing out of the bottom of the bridge. It actually looked like the bridge was peeing. I lived near it. I watched it. It was pretty cool. Crane tipped over. It was awesome. Should have been there. But it was before most of you were born. Because you got to be able to measure. So, Wyatt, you wanted to go feet to meters? I'm sorry, I can't remember now. I told 2 stories. Which one did you want to do? I just don't remember. You wanted to go... You didn't have an opinion? Somebody had an opinion. You wanted to go feet to meters? So, if I want to go feet to meters... 11 feet 9 inches. I can't go feet to meters, can I? But if I turn that to 11.75, can I then go feet to meters? Yes, and it'll show up in a second. There it is. 11.75 feet times, and I want meters over feet. So 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. The one's on the bottom, so I just do multiply, and what do I get? 11.75 times 0.3048, and I get what for an answer? 3.58. So the bridge is 3.58, the truck is 3.5. Do you drive under it? You got 8 centimeters to spare. Live a little. Picking up what I'm putting down? Read my mail, mowing my lawn? Thank you, Carlin. All right. I'm going to leave you guys to do 5 through 11. Go. And then I'm going to call your attention back to me for 12, because those are word problems. You guys, actually, no, we did that for a warm-up. You guys should have no problem with that. I'm going to shut up and let you work. No, I'm getting to that. My computer's frozen. You guys are working till page 26. Now, if you look on your outline, what do you see as the next lesson? Because we just did this. It's a quiz. Tomorrow. Wait a minute. Will the quiz be right when you walk in the door? No, because I have to make sure you did today's work correctly, right? The quiz will be the last thing we do tomorrow. Do the quizzes count for real marks? No. Do they help your grade, though? Yes, because that's what you get to keep and study from, okay? The quiz will be on everything we have already done. Converting, the very first day when we talked about measurement, converting between systems and within systems. And there may very well be a question on it about the very first piece of homework I gave you that nobody came in with the right answer for. How long's a meter? First question I gave you, and not one person came in with the answer. I asked 30 of you. To be fair, I actually asked 90 of you, and nobody came in with the right answer, because my other 2 Math 10 class didn't bother either. Jazreet? Do you? How long is a meter, Jazreet? Does anybody else know how long a meter is? Jordan, you're off the hook for this. You weren't here for that day. No, it is not 100 centimeters. It is, but then how long is a centimeter? 1/100th of a meter. Okay, Jazreet, hit it.
Well, they decided how long a meter is in 1793.
The first time, yes.
It's 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the equator to the North Pole along the meridian.
Yep.
The longitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was how they did it the first time. They were sitting in Paris, and they decided to measure from the equator of the Earth up to the North Pole, and then they divided that by 10 million, which would have been a wonderful plan if the Earth was what shape? Round. The Earth is not round. The Earth is elliptical. It is not a ball. So, Jazreet, that is absolutely right. That is the first definition of a meter. But it is no longer the definition of a meter. Did you go any further? That's the only thing you could find. Well, then the question is still out there for everyone. Because that definition is 227 years old. There is a new definition of how long a meter is. I'll assign that for homework again. No, you won't, Daniel. I've been given this question for 17 years. It never gets answered. No, nobody ever does it. I want you to. I want more than anything